And usually, when I need to have my sexual needs met after a breakup, I contact a certain someone called Sabastian. Sebastian is a bad signal to all of my friends that I'm single and I'm out on the prowl. And the reason I contact Sebastian is because Sebastian meets most of my sexual needs. But I know for a fact that I will never fall in love with Sebastian. Because the very first time we had sex, Sebastian brought a guitar. There's no risk of me falling in love with anyone who once posted a picture of Elvis Presley on his Instagram feed with the caption, "Rest in peace, King." But I knew for a fact that I would never, ever develop feelings for Sebastian when I realized that he was the type of person to regurgitate facts and anecdotes you told him as brand new information. You know exactly what I'm talking about. He'd be like, "I had diarrhea at the Red Hot Chili Peppers show." That was me! I told you that. He'd be like, "Did you know that this is where the clit is?" I told you that. But this time around, after this breakup, Sebastian wasn't going to do the trick. Because after this breakup, I had a very specific goal in mind. And Sebastian is quite sexually conservative, he's a little bit sexually repressed, and my goal was quite adventurous. What I wanted to do was something I'd never done before. What I wanted to do after this breakup was to have a threesome. Shock, awe. Everyone's like, "Olga, you're so confident. You look like you've forgotten how to have sex with fewer than 4 people. I know, I'm aware of the vibe that I give off. Honestly, it would be so on brand for me to have a threesome. But the main reason I wanted to have a threesome was because I just wanted to see if I could. Like, no one tells you when you're younger how much sex stuff you do, not because you want to do it, but because you want to have done it. Like, you've had a 69. To like tick the box, not for the pleasure of anyone involved. Right? I mean, a few years ago, I got obsessed with having sex with a rock star. I was like, I want to fuck a rock star. I want to fuck a rock star. And then I had diarrhea at the Red Hot Chili Peppers show. No, I was like, I want to fuck a rock star. If I have a daughter one day, I want to sit her down and I want to tell her about all the rock stars I fucked. Is this relatable? And so I approached it in a very organized way. I found like a medium-sized band. They were called the Orwells. You don't need to know anything about the Orwells. All you need to know about the Orwells is that they're sort of intellectual enough to call themselves after a literary author. But strategic enough to have that author be on the GCSE curriculum. Okay. So I showed up to the concert, I stood in the back, I sipped on my G&T, I plotted, I schemed, I stayed after the show, I started chatting to the band, I focused on the drummer, lowest self-esteem. I brought him home. The second we walked into my house, I was like, "You can go now." He was like, "What?" I was like, "I wanted to see if I could fuck you. I don't actually want to fuck you." He was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh, sex with you would probably be terrible. Please leave." And he wasn't too happy about it, but if you feel bad for him, don't. 2 weeks later, the entire band got Me Too'd, so what I was doing was technically activism. Thank you very, very much.